everybody, Jim Diedlow out here at the Hammond Civic Center for the 28th annual induction dinner for the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame. It is Tuesday, March 11th of 2014. One of the inductees tonight actually knows my dad and my uncles and all that. This guy was a 1956 Morton High School graduate. He looks great, and he made a valuable impact preparing middle school student athletes for high school competition. At Spone Middle School, he coached, and now get this, 1968 through 2002. He led football and basketball squads for 31 years and rounded out his career directing cross-country, track, and field teams. The multi-sport Morton athlete and Southeast Missouri State grad also served as Spone athletic director. Spencer Greer, congratulations on getting inducted tonight.
Thank you very much. What a surprise.
What a surprise. What do you mean? All this service, you didn't think so?
I think the nifty thing about it is that Pat Montalbano and myself, and Pat Montalbano started out at Spone for 3 years and wanted to coach, and we didn't have any openings. So he went to Clark, and we're the first inductees from the middle school level. And
oh, really? You and Pat are the first. I hadn't thought about this. I've been doing these interviews for years, and I guess now I think about it, I've never interviewed a guy from the middle school level.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's why.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit. Let's get off of that for a second. Let's go back to when you were at Morton in the 50s. Some of your influences at that time.
Well, what I think first of all is I think of athletically. I think of Maury Zlotnick.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
My dad included, my uncles, I know what you're talking about.
When Maury retired, and they gave him a retirement over at the KC in East Chicago, and went and the place was full, and they had a person, not from every year, but from the different years that Maury coached, and I can't remember the name of the fella that got up, and he said, well, I don't know why they asked me to do this. I was afraid of that son of a yeah, and the whole place just went up for grabs. So Maury Zlotnick. But it was very interesting because my freshman year was the first year that Morton was a high school. So it originally went up to 10th grade, and then after 10th grade, the kids went to Tech or Hammond High. So in 1952, it was a high school. We participated in a football and basketball schedule with no seniors, about 4 juniors, and the rest were freshmen, sophomores. So in football, that was very unique because you talk about being kids playing men, so to speak. We got our uppance, but 4 years later, when we were seniors, we got even with some of those teams. So, I mean, it was an experience.
Taking that experience forward, you were at Spone. I think that's ultimately why you're getting inducted today. 68 through 2002. You had some amazing athletes at Spone during that time also.
We sure did.
You remember some of the names?
Oh, Charles Cook, Larry Moore. Louis Jelks and Johnny Jelks. Maurice Shelton. And they all went to high school, and they all did very well.
And it was a real competitive time amongst the middle school athletics, especially, the football, basketball. I know that Spone and Eggers had some real good rivalries there for a long time also.
You have to remember that before Eggers was built, the kids from Maywood came to Spone. So, like Larry Moore, for example, he was a Eggers kid, but they came to Spone. So, I mean, you talk about talent. We were really loaded in talent. And then when Eggers was finished, and then those kids went to Eggers, then it sort of balanced, and it swung Eggers' way. But then later on, we had some great ball games and great competition.
I went to one when, I don't know if you remember a guy by the name of Erskine Ferris for, I think it was Eggers, playing Spone. I was a year younger than Erskine. I knew him.
His dad played for us at Spone.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So we're talking to Spencer Greer. Spencer, you're all there all those years. What would you tell a young teacher going into athletics right now?
Oh, in athletics.
A coach, a young coach. Let's say a coach.
Let's start out with education first, because I always considered myself an educator first and a coach second. The kids had to learn in class, and we always checked your grades to make sure that they were eligible. And surprisingly, we lost very, very, very few kids in eligibility. But I would say, when you go into the classroom for the first time, don't think about, for the first week or so, don't think about academia. Get to know the kids. If you get to know the kids and they realize that you're on their side, it's smooth sailing, and it's the same with athletics. If you're not too hard and you're not too easy, you get their attention, and then progress will be made.
He is Spencer Greer, and we are honored to have you as part of the 2014 Hammond Sports Hall of Fame inductees. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
AM 1230 WJOB.